GameGoddessFee here. Alright, I am back. You guys. Not 100% better, but I'm back. It's okay, Queen 81. If it look like I've been through a storm, I'm going through a storm right now. But excuse me if I'm looking raggedy, but yeah, it's been a crazy week with all this sickness. So yeah, been sick. But yeah, I hope you all enjoy. I wanted to come early today for for Ace Attorney, because I'm going to be back later on tonight for Skyward Sword. So, wanted to knock two birds with one stone. Alright. Thank you, Game Queen 81. Look, excuse my voice. I forgot about my voice, Lord.
It's over. It's over. I got to do all the voices today. Mr. Nick!
Mr. Nick! You got to do pearls, too. Mr. Nick! But anyway, I hope you all enjoy. Thank you for watching. Oops, I didn't mean to do that, y'all. Let me get the mic away from me. I'm still congested. Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, Trials and Tribulations, Episode 5, Bridge to the Turnabout, Part 3-2, Investigation. Okay, you ready, Plum?
Yep, they left you on a cliffhanger. Gonna happen.
Look, I forgot. What was the cliffhanger?
They went in there and there was 5 more locks.
Okay. February 9th, Inner Temple Training Hall.
Right. Is this what Godot was talking about? Yeah, the trick locks. Now then, Iris, please remove these at once.
Mr. Edgeworth, I'm afraid I can't. It's not possible for me.
What? During the earthquake, when the cavern was in danger of caving in, Iris escaped. And I know that there was only one lock when I last came here.
So you're saying that you can't undo the new locks? Yes.
If only I was stronger.
You do Edgeworth.
Edgeworth, how are you feeling? You look a little pale in the face. Like you want to talk with your face all green.
Mouse Edgeworth, go and get some air. I'll watch over the suspect. You go and get a grip on yourself.
Don't be ridiculous. I'm perfectly fine.
There's no telling what sort of mistakes you could make in your current state. Go and get some rest. That's your only concern now, Mouse Edgeworth.
Understood.
Edgeworth still shooken up by that earthquake.
Yeah. I'll handle the investigation in the garden. You take care of things here. Edgeworth. He's got so much pride that he's probably off crying in a corner of the garden.
Pride is simply another trap that hinders us in our lives. That said, one must have pride to be effective on the job. At any rate, it seems that this is where we part ways, Phoenix Wright. I'm going to stay here and see if I can help solve these bothersome puzzles.
I see. Well, thanks for your help. Now then, do you mind if I ask you a few things, Iris?
No, not at all.
Why you do this? Why you do this?
Escape.
Why do you make a run for it,
He gonna cry in the car, Game Queen 81. in his red car. I'm sorry. I heard the inner temple had been severely shaken by the strong earthquake we had. I was so worried I just had to come and see. In other words, you didn't run away to escape the law. At least we're clear on that. I can't tell you how relieved I was when I saw the sacred cavern was alright, but what? Then I saw these chains here. I saw all these extra locks that someone had put on the sacred cavern's door, and who in the world would do something like this? Trick lock. These trick locks are a sacred treasure of the Karen tradition. There are hundreds of ways to set them. That's why only the person who set the lock can open it. And you aren't the one who set these locks?
I don't think it's that simple, Franziska von Karma. When we were here the first time, there was only one lock. But now, somehow, there's 5 of them. No?
What does that mean?
It means that someone wanted to secure the place even more. And they wanted to secure it before you got here, Iris. Presumably because they wanted to make sure Maya couldn't get out. This means that Iris can only open one of those locks, the first one.
Yes, that's correct. What?
Iris, try to think, please! Isn't there any way around this?
Well, like I said, there are hundreds of different ways to set these locks. I suppose if I went through every combination with each one, I could remove them. But it will take time, won't it? Guess about a day if I had to guess.
A whole day?
Well, that's better than leaving the locks in place. Will you do this for us? Sure, I'll do whatever I can.
We've gotta wait another day? Hang in there, Maya. You're gonna have to call on your inner strength now.
The night of the crime.
You know what, Iris? There's still one thing I don't quite get.
And what might that be, Phoenix Wright?
I think it's obvious. Iris, on the night of the murder, where were you? Please, Iris, don't give me that look. You told us that you were in your room at Hazakura Temple at the time of the incident. But you were seen that same evening at the inner temple. And then you were spotted at the scene of the crime in Hazakura Temple too.
Been spotted at both Hazakura Temple and the inner temple. It's as if you were...
Well, Iris, I think it's about time you told us the truth.
About 4 or 5.
I knew it. There's something going on here that we don't know about.
Uh-oh. Do we have what we need to unlock those?
I have no idea. If you don't tell me, I'm gonna beat you up. You do.
What you think?
I think so.
Just go ahead.
Yeah.
Where are we at now? The inner temple, February 9th, inner temple gates.
Finally getting to the bottom of this case. I can't count on Iris to break those locks, so I should try to gather more clues. From Sister Bikini, Edgeworth, Gumshoe, and Pearls.
Where is Pearls at? Should I go to the garden first? Let me see. February 9th, inner temple garden.
The cops are still combing the place. They look pretty nervous. I'd be nervous too. This gotta be a tough job. Especially with someone giving you the evil eye the whole time. Oh, man. How could I have done that? Wow, I can't believe it's still bothering him. Edgeworth? Ah! Hey! Don't you dare run away! What do you want to write? What do I want? If you came here to laugh at me, then get on with it. Go on, laugh away. I was ready to hug it out with him, but it's just the same prideful Edgeworth. You went back to the Criminal Affairs Department, right? You said you wanted to look into something concerning Iris. Yes. And thanks to what I found, I was reminded of something terrible.
Edgeworth found out? The investigation?
You guys are putting a lot of effort into the investigation of the garden here, huh? There's a high chance this is the actual scene of the crime. That's why. You mean because of the writing in blood? And the how you say it again? Talisman in the snow? Exactly. As you know, those things couldn't have been planted here after the murder. But surely, you don't suspect Maya, do you? We have to treat everyone as a suspect. Maya as well as Iris. It's our job, right?
Earthquakes.
So, I guess you still haven't gotten over your fear of earthquakes. No, though thankfully my nightmares have stopped. But still, if the ground gives even the slightest tremor, I find myself short of breath. 17 years ago, when we were little school kids at the same elementary school, Edgeworth found himself in the middle of a murder. It all started with that big quake that hit the courthouse.
They got to go through all this again.
Yes, it was. Yes, they can't even do it. You laugh. Anyway, yes, I was stuck in the elevator with my father, who was a defense attorney. We were deprived of oxygen and we passed out. That's when it happened. That single gunshot shattered my whole life. I lost everything that day, all because of that earthquake. My dreams, my family, and myself. You good? It's been more than 17 years now. And that case was finally resolved 2 years ago, right? You think I don't know that? I was there! But it was such a shock. I never imagined I could be so wrong about myself and my life. I'm sorry, Wright. There's nothing else I can say. Not after you chose to become a lawyer for my sake. And not after you saved me. Edgeworth, you're stronger than you think. So no more of this self-pity, okay? They gotta tell the people that didn't play the previous games but played this one.
Really? Okay, Iris.
There was something that bothered me about her from the moment we met. I felt like I'd seen her somewhere before. No. Wait. Not somewhere. I felt like I'd seen her in court before. So you went back to the Criminal Affairs Department to look at her file? Yes. I checked over every case file I've ever worked on. And I was right. I had seen her face before, 6 years ago. 6 years ago? It was my first appearance in court. And as cases go, it was my worst nightmare. So, who is she? Sorry, Wright. I can't give that information away to a member of the general public. What? Why not? It might be the crucial piece of the puzzle that solves this case. The woman I knew was the daughter of a jewelry store owner. She had nothing to do with Iris and Hazakura Temple. Neither did the case. No, That woman is completely unrelated to this murder. Unrelated? Yes, I can say that with complete confidence. You're wrong, Edgeworth. She's totally related to this case.
Well, tell him, Phoenix.
I need to fill Edgeworth in. I need to explain the connection between Iris and the woman Edgeworth knew. You can. You gotta tell him.
Why he won't tell him?
He can tell him. You gotta present the random profile that just showed up. Oh wait. No, it should show up. What happened? I thought her profile would show up. That person's profile. I don't know what happened.
Let me see. Nope. Present her with Iris.
I think. Apparently, Iris was taken in by the sisters here at the temple when she was a child. However, we still don't know much about her past, so we're looking into it. That reminds me. Edgeworth went back to the Criminal Affairs Department to look up some stuff about her. I should ask him what he's found. No, what happened? I hope the game didn't glitch. Never mind, forget it. I think we gotta go talk to that bikini lady.
You have to go somewhere. Let me see.
Oh, it's coming. You heard? You heard?
What's that?
The storm.
Yeah. I hope the Wi-Fi hold up because this snow is coming down and it messes up the Wi-Fi. February 9th, Dusky Bridge.
It's weird that there's no one around all of a sudden. It sure gets quiet up here in the mountains when you're all on your own. Speaking of alone, I guess I should go check out the shack just down this path. Maybe I'll find Larry there sulking again. We move.
Where is Sister Bikini?
Main gate.
February 9th, Hasakura Temple, main gate.
I wonder if Sister Bikini is back in the main hall yet. I haven't seen Gumshoe around for a while either. Maybe they're having a cup of tea together somewhere. I bet Gumshoe is Sister Bikini's type.
Really? Really?
Whatever.
That is so crazy. Anyway, it's February 9th, Hasakura Temple, main hall.
Looks like Sister Bikini is not here. She must be sorting things out after the quake. Must be hard on her with a bad back. There are a few things I really need to discuss with her. Guess I'll drop by again later and see if she's around.
Hey, no one. Where is everybody at?
Well, let's go talk to Larry.
February 9th, Hasakura Temple, courtyard. Who is that?
Yeah. Sounds like someone's happy. What tune is that they're humming? No motive, no crime. No motive, no crime. Sing it with me. No motive, no crime.
That's not a singer. You're supposed to sing. You're supposed to sing.
No motive. No, you always sing this voice. I remember when we used to search in the channeling room in Korean. Whoop! I love my job. Who cares if the clues I find are no good? That's not what investigating's all about. The investigator investigates for the love of investigating. It's a passion. Good cases we have, good cases we've lost along the way. I would have never guessed that Gumshoe was into reggae, whatever this is. Every case is gonna be airtight. Every case is gonna be airtight. Hey, pal. Huh? Who, me? How long have you been there? I just got here. Oh, okay. So what are you up to, detective? I'm investigating, pal. I made a promise to Mr. Edgeworth. I promised I would find a real murder weapon. The real murder weapon? That barbed sword thing turned out to be a false lead, right? I'm giving it my best shot here, but I still haven't turned up any clues. I just found these weird scraps of paper. It looks like a letter or something. Doesn't seem to have anything to do with the case, though. A letter?
The investigation.
So how's the investigation going, Detective Gumshoe? I don't know if I should be telling you, pal, but I guess it can't hurt. Looks like the murder took place in the inner temple garden. And they're and they're taking that bloody writing on the lantern pretty seriously back at HQ. What? You mean... I don't have the details, pal. All I know is, if you don't find Maya down in that sacred cavern, we're gonna be faced with one ugly situation. What kind of ugly situation are we looking at here? You got me. I don't know. They're not my words, pal. Then who said it? Mr. Godot. Godot? What do you mean by that?
The letter.
About the letter you found. Don't remind me, pal. I'm busting a gut here trying to find a murder weapon.
Oops. Go ahead.
And all I find is some burnt up old letter. Burnt up old letter? Yeah, it was in that incinerator outside the inner temple. The incinerator? I knew it! I knew I wasn't imagining it! There was snow under the incinerator when I first saw it. But after the incident, the snow had melted away. Which means someone used the incinerator on the night of the murder. What's up with you, pal? I've got it right here if you want to take a look. Can I? Do you mind? Sure, go nuts. I don't want it, pal. You can have it. It's all spirit mediums and masters and stuff. I bet it's got no relation to this case. Spirit mediums?
Burnt letter added to the court record.
It's got to be important if it mentions spirit mediums and masters. I'd better give it a good looking over and some serious thought. Make sure you chuck it in the trash when you're done. Littering is a crime, pal.
Murder weapon.
So what do you know about the real murder weapon so far? Well, it wasn't the Shuchishido that was found impaled in the victim's body. Mr. Edgeworth proved that in court today. Yes, that's true. In which case, it must have been another blade. And that's what you're running around like a headless chicken looking for now, huh? Yeah, man, it is tiring work. But let me tell you something, pal. I'm no chicken. We've got the Federal Forensics in our cap these days. We're using the department's secret weapon on this. Secret weapon? Secret weapon?
Right, secret weapon.
What's the secret weapon of yours? You wanna know? You've gotta think scientifically, okay? Alright. The murder weapon was a sword. Swords are, scientifically speaking, made of metal, right? Any questions so far?
You go use a metal detector?
No. I know what he's gonna say, but I'll let him look smart. So what's the perfect tool for the job? Ta-da! A metal detector!
I told you.
Raise your hand if you didn't see this coming from a mile away. Well, you want to give scientific investigation a go? Huh? Me? I've been using this thing for hours now. It gets pretty boring after a while. Why don't you give it a try? I don't know. Should I help Detective Gumshoe out or not?
Want to play forensics expert?
Yeah. Come on, pal. It's good fun. I'm telling you. Alright then. I guess I'll give it a go. Like I said, this is the department's most advanced gadget. The absolute best. It's so sensitive, you can make it cry. It's so high-tech, you can skydive off it. Oh. Bother. So now I'm going to tell you how to use it. It's possible the real murder weapon is around here somewhere, right? Sure. That's what we're trying to find out. Right. So first, let's turn the detector on. That's the sound of the metal detector signal bouncing off of something metallic. Next. Don't worry, this spray will let you know when you hit something metallic. And when that happens, press the A button to give the area a good hard scan. This thing picks up metallic objects that are hidden from sight too. Take a good look at anything and everything that seems suspicious. Okay, pal? Okay, I got that, but what's the A button? What even is that? What do you mean? What's the A button?
Really?
What is that? You think this is a game? Do you think this is a game? This looks like a wallet? Aha! That's where it's been. Is it yours, detective? I'm always dropping it, so I put a bell on it. But you still dropped it anyway. Yeah, but now I found it again, pal. The wallet is completely empty. Well, I drop it all the time, so I don't put money in it anymore. Then how come the metal detector picked it up? Must be because of the bell, I guess. I know where it is, so I'm just gonna let you... What's this? A pen? Hey! I've been looking all over for that, pal!
He got stuff all over the murder scene.
Gumshoe did it! He's the criminal! I'm just kidding. Huh? It's yours? Yeah, my old man gave it to me when I was qualified as a detective. He told me it'd be good for sticking into suspects' faces. That makes you detective sound really nasty. It's my dream to stick it in your face one day, right? And don't go losing it. You
got to let me find it. Let me see. Let me move myself. It's over here.
What do you think it is?
Is that what we check?
Hey? Looks like there's something round buried in the ground here. Don't touch that, pal! Huh? What is it? It's a trap! People set them out to catch us detectives. They're real nasty. A trap? For detectives? You mean like those fish traps with sharp teeth that are supposed to snag your leg? Yeah, those! I got my finger caught in one of those once. Your finger? There's this bit of cheese, and it looked so tasty. I reached out, and then BAM! I'm not sure I know how to respond to a story as stupidly pitiful as that. Want me to tell you? I can tell you. No. It's a stepladder. No, it's the ladder. I'm just kidding.
Am I close?
You was. Okay, I just tell you super close.
I'm over here. It's over here somewhere.
Yes. You touched it like 50 times. I don't know why I did say it.
It's over here?
Yes. Okay, I'm just gonna tell you because the game is being stupid right now.
Right.
It's the staff. You was literally clicking on it. I don't know why. Wait. Yeah, there you go. This is Miss Dunham's staff, isn't it? Scientifically speaking, they're usually made of wood. But the detector is reacting to it. Yeah, but however you look at it, the thing's made of wood, alright? I don't bother investigating anything unless it looks like it might be metallic. Isn't the whole point of a metal detector to find metal where you can't see it? It's weird that this thing is causing a racket. Here, let me take a look at it. Hey, hands off! Examining evidence is a job for the... Ah! The top is coming off! Look what you've done! You've damaged a really important piece of evidence! Ah! That's a sword. Inside the staff! Is this? Could it be? The murder weapon!
Uh-oh. Murder weapon.
I'd never have guessed there'd be a sword concealed in the victim's staff. They call this kind of thing a sword cane, pal. This one's a real gem. The workmanship is really something else. Thank goodness it wasn't a cane sword, or else the victim would have stabbed her own foot. I officially give up on trying to figure out how Gumshoe's mind works. The real scene of the crime was the inner temple garden. Then why was the sword used to kill the victim found in the main hall courtyard? Hey Gumshoe, who knows about the hidden sword? No one! Even the police didn't know about this until I discovered it just now. Well, as they say, there's no team in Gumshoe. It doesn't look like there are any traces of blood on it. Then I guess this isn't the murder weapon, huh? No! I'm sure someone just wiped it off after the murder. Yeah, of course! This thing's definitely a murder weapon! Great job, pal! It's about the same length as the Shichishido, too. This must be the murder weapon. Okay, I'm gonna roll over to forensics. There's gotta be some traces of blood left, even if most of it's been wiped off. See you later, pal! Every case is gonna be airtight. Every case is gonna be airtight. Wait up, detective! My voice cracked. Huh? What is it, pal? I'm a pretty busy guy right now, you know. You're gonna get that staff analyzed, right? Do you mind holding off for just a little while? Huh? What are you talking about, pal? Please! Just until we find Maya. Maya? What's this got to do with her? I don't know. I'm starting to get a really bad feeling in the pit of my stomach. Oh, how so? Look, Maya's trapped inside the sacred cavern right now and... well, we don't even know if she's okay or not. The more evidence and testimony I hear, the more uneasy I feel. You don't think... Maya's been Please, detective! Let's just wait until we can get inside the sacred cavern. You're looking kind of ready in there. Okay. Just stop it with that face, pal. One thing, though. This stuff's secret trick. Let's keep it between you and me, alright? If it gets out that we knew about it and didn't say anything, we're finished. I understand. This is just a regular one-of-the-mill staff. You got it? Okay. Now you can take good care of it, pal. Thank you, detective. Don't worry. She'll be fine. Gumshoe. You know, there's a place at the base of this mountain that has some really good pasta. How about I take you there when you find Maya, huh, pal? Sure. Thanks.
Victim staff received from Detective Gumshoe for safekeeping has a sword hidden inside. No one knows this except me and Detective Gumshoe.
I can't help but wonder though. What was Elise Dunham doing with a staff like this in the first place? Wait, you got some theories?
She was a Ninja Turtle, wasn't she?
She was a Ninja Turtle.
Leonardo.
Leonardo eat. Oh my god, they could make the Ninja Turtle. You got Pearl, you got Maya, you got Mia.
What I'm doing?
Who's the fourth turtle? Morgan the first two. Morgan. Okay, no. Let me see. Morgan is Master Splinter. You got Elise. She got the sword. I don't think she'd be Leo. Mia. Nah, Mia is Leo.
Every night. Heavenly Hall. Oh, Mr. Nick.
Pearls, what are you doing here?
Nothing. What about Mystic Maya? Is she alright?
Well, we don't know yet.
Oh, I see.
Hi! Oh my god, that's the wrong voice. Hey! What do you think you're doing here, Nick? Larry, this is the loser shack, where losers get together to lose themselves. This is the what? Hey! We find comfort in each other's failures, okay? You got a problem with that?
Look, Mr. Nick, Mr. Larice did a picture of me.
That's, great, Pearls. We're gonna gather firewood now. We'll be cooking some half-rotten potatoes over a miserable little campfire. So stay out of our way! I don't believe this. Why can't you try getting fired up over becoming a better man? No one believes a word I say anymore! Listen to me, Pearl. You don't want to trust this kind of guy, okay? He'll only let you down.
Oh, Mystic Maya. Larice's sketch.
Larry, is there something you want to tell me about this picture? I've got nothing to say to you, Nick. My life's here now, with Pearls. Two losers cooking potatoes together forevermore.
You call Pearls a loser.
What am I gonna do with him? Alright then, what do you think about this picture, Pearls?
I think it's really well drawn. I can't draw it all, so I think it's really amazing.
See? Someone appreciates it. It's tough getting the flames to look like that, you know.
It's supposed to be Sister Iris flying through the air, isn't it? I love it. It's like a dream. A wonderful fantasy.
No, it wasn't a dream. She really flew. I'm telling you, Iris flew that night.
But Mr. Larice?
Not you too. Please don't look at me like that, Pearl. Don't look at me like I'm some kind of nutcase. I beg of you. I guess this picture really is a representation of what Larry thinks he saw. Okay, so I was half asleep when I was here that night. But I was wide awake after the lightning struck. And I saw what I saw. It was exactly like I drew in the picture. It looks like I don't have any choice but to take the sketch at face value. Hey, what's with that look of doubt on your face?
The night of the crime.
Pearls?
Yes, Mr. Nick?
I've been meaning to ask you about the night of the murder. Where were you? And what exactly were you doing when it all happened?
I'm just a kid, you know. I'm sure it doesn't really matter what I was doing. Does it, Mr. Nick?
Sorry, Pearls, but yes, it does. On the night of the murder, You were supposed to be in Miss Dunham's room, reading a book together. But Miss Dunham was murdered, and you, Pearls, were at the inner temple. Just what exactly happened that night, Pearls?
I'm really sorry, Mr. Nick. Pearl's got the psych locks. How many she got? Oh my goodness. I've been a bad girl. That's why I'm being punished.
What are you talking about, Pearls?
My spiritual power, it has disappeared.
What? Her powers have disappeared?
Lost powers.
What do you mean your power has disappeared, Pearls?
It's all over for me. A spirit medium who can't channel spirits is like a painter who can't paint.
Hey, what are you looking at me for? Pearls, did you try to channel someone's spirit right here at the Hazakura Temple? Tried but failed, perhaps? Way to go, Nick! You made her cry! That was really cruel of you! Wah! Just as I thought. I'm gonna have to break her psych locks to get the truth out of her. Isn't it ironic that the
What you got on Pearls?
We ain't got nothing yet. But she gave us the ability to see the psych locks. Now she got psych locks.
Right. Now where?
Sister Bikini! Sister Bikini! Sister Bikini! Sister Bikini!
February 9th, Hazakura Temple main hall. Whoa, what's that? What's the damage? How is the sacred cavern?
Looks like it survived. But we have a bigger problem now. I told Sister Bikini all about it. About the 5 locks that were stopping us from getting inside the sacred cavern.
But who could have done that? The only people who know how to set those trick locks are those of the current tradition.
We have Iris at the sacred cavern trying her best to open them for us right now. Actually, there's something I've been meaning to talk with you about, Sister Bikini.
Oh yes, we were in the middle of a chat, weren't we?
Yes. You were telling me how the Master of Current disappeared 17 years ago? I want to know why Misty Face suddenly appeared at this temple.
It was about a week ago when Mystic Misty arrived. After she showed me the talisman that proved she was the master, she said, "Someone is trying to destroy the current tradition's main family line. I am here to put a stop to them."
Someone was trying to destroy the main family line?
There is only one heir to the title of master at any time, and it's usually the eldest. That child becomes the new master of Kirin, and her daughter is the main family. All other mediums become branch family members with no hope of controlling the clan. That's why nothing has changed throughout the history of the clan. Branch families always have and always will plot to erase those of the main family line.
Is the power of the master worth this much bloodshed? Much? No.
Kirin channeling technique. You believe in the technique, don't you, Mr. Wright? You know its power is real.
Yes, I do. It's been 2 years since I met It's been 2 years since I first met Maya. In that time, I've seen her channel the spirits of the dead plenty of times. During the Master Mask case. And during Maggie Bird's trial, too. Thanks to Maya. She's always on hand to help me out when I need her the most.
The Kirin technique has made a huge difference to the world, you know. I mean, the ability to commune with the dead, that's true psychic power, you know. Members of the tradition have always been there behind every important leader. Who would respect such a tremendous skill?
I suppose so, but with all that power and influence, I kind of expected you would be really rich by now.
Are you saying we're poor, Mr. Wright? Oh, you're very direct, aren't you? People don't believe in it anymore, you see, all because of one little mistake.
A mistake? What mistake?
It was 17 years ago that's when everything came crashing down. All because of that incident.
That incident? Is she talking about where I think she is?
I'm sure the record still exists if you're interested. Locked up, of course. It was called the DL6 incident. That's the name of the file.
The DL6 incident. I knew it!
Hey, oh my
So you
goodness.
want to talk about how Edge went? The DL6 incident. I know it well. I handled a related case just 2 years ago.
Ah, that's right. So it was you who was the defense attorney on that case.
A murder that took place 17 years ago.
It was the first time in the country's history the police ever used the spirit medium. The idea was to channel the victim's spirit to learn the identity of the murderer.
And the medium who performed the channeling was Misty Faye, Maya's mother.
Through Mystic Misty's channeling, the name of the certain man surfaced. On with that as evidence, the investigators were spurred into action.
But that man, he was found not guilty, wasn't he?
That's right, he was. And the case remained a mystery. In other words, we failed. It was the first case that the world had ever seen the Kirin tradition openly involved in. It was all over the media, the public, the judiciary, the people of Kirin Village. Everyone judged her. Everyone said Mystic Misty's power were a sham. And then she just disappeared, vanished, while everyone still thought of her as a fraud.
But I know the truth. Misty Faye's spirit channeling wasn't a sham at all.
Of course it wasn't. And since you managed to reveal the truth, we're finally making a comeback. The Kirin tradition is starting to recover at last. But with a new master wielding the power of the clan...
Does she mean Maya? Steve Harvey.
Family feud, huh? The spiritual power of the Kirin channeling technique is in the blood.
Maya's told me the exact same thing before.
We, the women of the Fae clan, have always been spirit mediums. It's because the power to communicate with spirits flows strongly through us.
According to Maya, only the women in the family can inherit that power.
The main family's bloodline stems directly from Mystic Ami. But with each new generation, only one daughter becomes the new master.
And the only ones who don't become branch families, right?
That's right. And it's always the cause of tragedy.
You know, Maya had a sister too. An older sister named Mia.
Oh yes, I've heard of her.
What? You know about Mia?
Of course, she became a lawyer in the hopes of discovering what happened to her mother.
And lost her life. As a result.
Do you know what Mystic Mia is rumored to have said? She said it wasn't only because of her mother that she became a lawyer. She also didn't want to fight with her sister over the leadership of the tradition.
Really?
Well, she saw what happened to her own mother, Mystic Misty, as she grew up. I guess Mystic Mia got tired of seeing all the rivalry between her mom and her aunt.
That's right. Misty Faye had an elder sister too. And Misty, having superior powers, managed to usurp the master's seat from her.
Mystic Misty's sister is Mystic Morgan, as you probably know.
Morgan? That's a name I know well. It was a year ago now at Maya's home, Current Village. What she did was terrible. It was all so she could make her own daughter the next master.
I suppose if you know about Mystic Morgan's daughter, then you must have already realized that Iris...
Huh? Iris? What's Iris got to do with any of this?
That Iris is Mystic Morgan's daughter.
Iris is what? Is she kidding me? Iris is Morgan Faye's daughter? I'm sorry for the
Morgan and Iris.
Did you just say that Iris is Morgan Faye's daughter?
Oops, I thought you already knew. It sounded like you met one of Mystic Morgan's daughters already.
I have. I know her very well.
Oh?
Yes, Pearls. Pearl Faye. But I always thought she was an only child.
You just... that child. She's Mystic Morgan's? I had no idea. Mystic Morgan? But she's in prison now, isn't she?
Yes, ever since she was found to be a co-conspirator in a murder case last year. It was all done to set Pearls up as the next master.
I see. So I've been wrong all this time. Mystic Morgan had 3 daughters, not 2.
Wait, what? 3?
Yes, Iris, her twin sister, and Mystic Pearl.
What? Twin sister?
Oh, didn't you know? It all happened 20 years ago. After the clan leadership was taken from her by her sister, Mystic Morgan's life crumbled. It wasn't many years later that Karen's reputation hit an all-time low. When Mystic Morgan's husband realized his wife would never become the master, he left her and the village, taking their twin daughters with him.
How awful.
He was a jeweler, you know. In the end, he remarried, and that's when it happened. He decided to give one of his girls up to be looked after by us here at the temple. That was Iris, you see.
It's unbelievable. If Iris had a twin sister, could it be? Could you tell me one more thing, Sister Bikini? What was the name of Iris' sister?
I'm sorry, Mr. Wright. I just can't remember. All I can recall is that her father was a jeweler.
Well, that's a clue, I guess. Jeweler. Thank you very much. You've helped me clear up a lot of details. Pearls had 2 older sisters, huh?
Yes, that's right. No doubt it was all because of Mystic Morgan's anger towards the main family.
Anger? What do you mean?
Her twin daughters were taken from her by her jeweler husband, but even that couldn't destroy her dream that a child of hers would one day lead the clan.
That's why she had pearls?
seems that the incident here was a result of Mystic Morgan's anger. It was able to break free of the bars that confined her.
So Iris had a twin sister. The plot thickens. But this information will be useless unless I can flesh it out a bit. I need to ask more questions and get some more info. Is it in the court record now? Yeah, there she is.
Could go and talk to that other well, who we can talk to?
Me.
Hold on, y'all.
Right, so I'm going to In-N-Out's Burger. Do you want anything? We don't have In-N-Outs here, Edgewood. It's over. It's over. There you go.
Now, who we going to?
Going to In-N-Out.
In-N-Out.
Yes.
Not the burger joint.
Going to In-N-Out.
Where we going?
Edgeworth's favorite burger joint. No, Edgeworth. I don't think Edgeworth will be at McDonald's.
We going to Pearls.
No, we going.
Hold on.
Edgy boy. Edgy. I think he like Wendy's. Now he like KFC.
What are you talking about restaurants for?
Edgeworth's favorite restaurant.
I'm saying we trying to get back to the investigation.
In the Temple Gate. In the garden.
How we going to Edgeworth?
Yeah, I present him with that new photo.
Oh, okay. Ooh.
Still never read that letter.
Let me see. Be careful. Careful.
Be careful. Be careful.
Once night falls, blah 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 blah, I should be there. As soon as you hear the lights out bell, you must channel her spirit. Leave everything up to her.
I think there's more.
Her name is. She is our ally. The whole what? There's a picture of her. Use it when you channel her. I know you can do it. Once this blah 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 burn the blah blah blah. Also make blah 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 tell anyone about this letter. Gravely roast the master in the fires of Hades and bring our vengeance to fruition.
Fruition. Fruition.
Whatever. That's weird.
Who wrote that?
I don't know. Who wrote it?
Hey, Edgeworth. Did you know that Iris had a twin sister?
Hold on, y'all.
What? A twin? You can't be serious. Sister Bikini told me, but the problem is, she didn't know the name of the twin. There was nothing about Iris having a sister in the files I checked. Well, Iris was taken in by the temple when she was really young. Apparently, her sister was raised by her father, a jeweler, I think. A jeweler? Right. I just might to know who this twin sister of hers is. I had a feeling you'd say that. Let me guess. Her name is Dahlia Hawthorne, right? Yes, exactly. Please tell me what you know about her, Edgeworth. Please. There you go. Why can't you just say that at first?
I know, right? They keep his secrets. Dahlia Hawthorne.
It was my first court case, 6 years ago. I was a greenhorn, and due to my inexperience, the defendant died. You're talking about Terry Falls, right? You know about the case? You're not the only one who noticed something about Iris and Dahlia Hawthorne. I checked one of Mia's old files from 6 years ago. Yes, Dahlia was a key witness in that case. Dahlia and Terry Falls conspired together to stage a fake kidnapping 11 years ago. They stole a jeweler worth $2 million from Dahlia's father, a jeweler. And 5 years after that, she murdered her own sister, Valerie Hawthorne, to keep her from talking. Her sister? Well, her stepsister, actually. They weren't blood related. Valerie was the only daughter of Dahlia's father's second wife. Oh. And this is when she entered my life. The woman who tried to kill me. So after Terry Falls died, what happened to Dahlia? Did you check that out? Does it really matter? Like I said, Dahlia isn't connected with this case. Why are you so sure about that? It's simple. Dahlia Hawthorne is dead. What? Well, her metabolic processes are a matter of interest only to historians, so to speak. Yes, metabolic. Her metabolic.
Dahlia's death.
What do you mean by Dahlia Hawthorne is dead, Edgeworth? Right. I must confess that in reading her file, I came to know of the murder case you were involved in during your college years. Dahlia Hawthorne was found guilty. Thanks to the persistence of Mia Fey.
Mia Fey!
At the time, Dahlia, it's like she was possessed by a demon or something.
But she said, Mia Fey!
Mia Fey! It's been almost 5 years since that guilty verdict was handed down, and her sentence was finally carried out. She was executed last month.
Gosh!
Executed? I'm sure that's a bit of a shock to you, right? And for one more reason than one. Is that class? But do you understand now? She can't possibly be connected with this case. She's dead, and when someone is dead, there's no way to revive them. There's no way to revive the dead? I wonder. It seems you're not aware of the other connection yet, Edgeworth. And what is that? It's about Iris and Dahlia Hawthorne's mother. What's their mother got to do with any of this? She's Morgan Fey, a spirit medium from a branch family of the current channeling technique. Did you say current channeling technique? Do you know something about it? Oh yes, I know it's connected with that fraudulent spirit medium. Fraudulent? I was involved in another nightmare 17 years ago.
We already know
Gotta
it.
go through it again. I was caught up in the middle of a murder investigation. The police didn't have any leads. They were stumped, and that's when they called her in. She was a very famous spirit medium and the master of her channeling school. But you know what happened. As a result of her efforts, an innocent man was accused of murder. She and her powers, they were all fraudulent. Edgeworth, go to the police records room. It's all in there. All you have to do is check the DL6 incident case file and you'll know. Of course, how could I forget? Edgeworth was the victim in that case. Edgeworth, you'll understand someday. And then, you'll see that the current channeling technique is real. A lot of stuff just happened.
So he know that that's Maya's mother? Misty Faye, that they just found dead?
Maybe, I don't think so. Who does know that? Is it only Phoenix that knows that? Nah, I think the investigation knows it. Anyway,
But you should know Maya's last name is Faye.
Yeah, I think he'd know. It's Android. He knows everything. He
What
wrote
was
the
we
game.
doing with Pearls? What Pearls was?
He was with Larry at that one place.
Do we have enough evidence to unlock her lock?
Maybe.
February 9th, Heavenly Hall.
I was expecting Larry's and Pearls to be here. I guess they must have gone to collect firewood. I suppose I'll have to check back later. My girlfriend dead! Dahlia. That's kind of harsh to execute her. Can you get executed for like one murder?
Right, I guess.
Like,
Did she murder?
She murdered. Alright, she murdered two people, but one was never confirmed. They were just speculated. They never sentenced her for murdering Valerie. She only murdered. They only proved that she tried to murder. No, she did murder that one dude. She murdered like that dude that was fighting with Phoenix.
Yeah, her that boyfriend that she had.
Yeah, that's the only one they caught her on. And that was shaky at best. Do you tell me the judge headed down execution? Kill her! Kill her now!
We don't have. Do we have anything to do with her? Let me see.
Maybe you could ask her about her sister.
She probably don't even know. She was little. Let me see.
Wait, don't she have Cyclops?
That's the one. Does she?
Yeah, she does. I remember.
The night of the crime.
Present the Magatama.
Oops, what I'm doing? Still doing the wrong thing. Hold
This
on.
is horrible. You forgot how to play the game, y'all.
Like, I don't think I'll do anything tonight. I'm over here feeling miserable.
Really?
Yes. The night of the crime.
I think it's time you tell me the truth about what you were doing on that night. You said you were in your room in Hazakura Temple the entire time. Do you still claim that to be the truth?
Yes, that's where I was.
Iris, I believe you're innocent. That's why I want to believe what you're telling me too, but I can't.
She got that murderous family blood in her.
Because this person saw you somewhere else on that night after murder. Who's they talking about? Larry?
Sister Bikini.
Oh yeah, Sister Bikini. I'm talking about Sister Bikini, of course.
Sister Bikini?
Her testimony in court today was very clear.
At night, I was helping an acolyte with her training in the inner temple, but, well, as you can see, my back likes to act up violently. So I left Iris to help the acolyte and returned to Hasakura Temple.
Sister Bikini didn't just see you. She spoke with you. You two talked about Maya's training that night. So you see, Iris, you were there at the inner temple on the night of the murder.
That's very impressive, Mr. Wright. The acolyte's actual training was due to start after 10 o'clock that night. I left the main hall early so I wouldn't be late.
What time was that?
Let me see. It takes about 20 minutes to walk between the main hall and the inner temple. So I would have left at about 9:40 p.m., I think.
I'm sorry, Iris, but fibbing just doesn't suit you.
Huh?
Now, you say you left the main hall at 9:40 p.m., but what you say doesn't add up with this.
Oh, Lord. Let me see.
Hey, I don't forget all this.
That bell, she had to ring the bell. I don't know. It was still in her room until the murder. Is that it?
I think so. You yourself testified to the contrary, don't you remember? You said you rang the lights out bell at 10 o'clock that night. Plus, only moments before you rang that bell, you were seen at the main hall by the most reliable witness I have.
Who's that?
Me.
Mr. Wright?
We even spoke a little that evening. That's when you gave me this. Surely you haven't forgotten.
No, that's right. I remember.
And that brings us to another puzzling fact, Iris. At 10 o'clock on the night of the murder, you were seen in two different places at the same time. It's time you told me exactly what's been going on, Iris. So far, I've managed to prove two things. First, on the night of the incident, you were at the inner temple. And second, at the same time, you were ringing the bell at Hazakura Temple. There's only one possible explanation for this apparent impossibility.
It says you were at Hazakura Temple, you were at the inner temple. There were two of you.
Shadow Clone Jutsu. Shadow Clone Jutsu.
I think, was Pearl's channeling her sister?
What? That's crazy.
That's what it sounded like to me.
That's crazy. What are you talking about?
There were two of you.
On the night of the incident, you were seen in two different places at the same time. Which means there must have been two of you. I can't think of any other explanation, Iris.
But that's crazy. How could that be? There's only one of me. It's impossible.
Impossible? I wonder. The way you're trembling certainly seems to suggest otherwise.
You're seriously trying to suggest there's more than one of me? Then show me the evidence. Show me something that proves there is more than one of me.
That's scientifically impossible, because no human can be identical to another, thanks to the splits in their DNA.
Why they just now saying that this was Morgan's daughter?
I was always playing from the beginning. I have a firm grasp of the situation now, Iris. You have a sister, don't you? A twin sister, perhaps? That's right. Dahlia Hawthorne. A woman I know only too well.
no idea you knew of her. Very impressive, Mr. Wright. But she's no longer...
Yes, I know. A sentence was carried out recently, wasn't it? I'm sorry.
Thank you.
There's no need to explain now, is there, Iris? It's second you who was here at the temple on the night of the murder. It was your twin sister, Dahlia Hawthorne!
But you just said it yourself a second ago. My sister's dead. Have you forgotten that?
Have you forgotten this, Iris? This is a channeling dojo, a training ground for the current channeling technique. That night, someone channeled Dahlia's spirit, and you know about it! And that's the secret you've been trying to hide from me!
Ah!
God.
Unlock successful. I was in my room in the main hall that night. As soon as I heard that I'd been spotted at the inner temple, I knew it was my sister, Dahlia, the other half of me who passed away last month.
Just as I suspected. The Iris that Sister Bikini saw at the inner temple on the night of the murder. It was Dahlia Hawthorne! Why didn't you tell me this before?
Because my sister always does the right thing.
Excuse me?
Because I mustn't get in the way of what she's trying to do. I already betrayed her once before. I can't do it again.
You betrayed her? What do you mean?
That's why I have to accept my... That's why I have to accept I may be found guilty. It's the only way.
What is she talking about?
Betrayal. You know about it, don't you, Mr. Wright? About the fake kidnapping that took place here on the Eagle Mountain 11 years ago.
Hmm?
That was the start of it all. It's what started her down that twisted path. She started to commit crime after crime, and in the end, she lost her life. All because I betrayed her.
How'd you betray her, Iris?
It was no coincidence that Eagle Mountain is where the exchange was to take place. After all, I helped plan the whole thing.
What?
But I got scared, so I ran away.
What are you talking about? Why would you help her? Stealing $2 million from your own father? That's awful!
But I promised that I'd help. And she didn't do it for the money.
Huh?
It was revenge on our father.
Revenge? Revenge.
Revenge.
What do you mean by revenge?
He was a hideous man. He threw our mother away and then sent her to torment.
Her mother? She must be talking about Morgan Fay.
Our mother was the eldest daughter of the main branch of the Fay family. The main family had a lot of influence in my business, in many business. The main family had a lot of influence in many business and political circles at the time. As the eldest daughter, our mother was set to inherit all of that as the next master. That's the reason our father married our mother in the first place, for power. But his plans backfired because our mother's sister took it all from her. She took over as the master of Kirin.
That would be Misty Fay, Maya's mother.
But before long, the credibility of the Kirin tradition hit rock bottom. The new master, Mystic Fay, made a terrible mistake. It was during that investigation of the DL6 incident. After that happened, our father took me and my twin sister away, leaving our mother and our home behind. He hated the place. He said it was a hit dive and that he had no reason to stay there.
And that's when you came here to Hazakura Temple?
Yes, that woman my father took as his next wife already had a daughter, Valerie. I had no place in his new family, you see.
Oh.
And I haven't seen my mother since then. Having the master's seat stolen from her and being rejected by her own family, I've heard she's been very battered spiritually and emotionally.
I think I'm finally beginning to see how the pieces fit together.
I have asked her everything I can in my capacity as a prosecutor. This isn't it. Everything related to it goes back to the history of the Fae clan.
That's what it looks like. Iris, there's just one more thing I want you to tell me.
What is it?
During the incident in which your sister, Dahlia Hawthorne, poisoned a lawyer, she began a relationship with a certain college student in order to hide the evidence. That college student, have you heard anything about him?
Well, I did hear one thing. She said she hated his guts.
I see. Thank you for your help.
You shouldn't have asked. You're welcome. Hurry up, Phoenix Wright. There is still much to investigate. Leave these locks to me. I'll open them for you. I promise.
Thank you. I suppose I'd better continue my investigation. There's still one giant secret left to unlock. Pearls' psych locks. That's messed up. Oops, sorry.
You got to talk to Pearls. Where her and Larry go?
You go first yet. You go first yet.
February 9th, Heavenly Hall. Is she? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not even reading the chat, Lord. I got the chat on my iPad, and is she Mia's mother? The dead lady is Mia's mother.
Okay. Misty Faye, who is
Misty Faye.
The dead lady, is Maya and Mia's mother.
She's Elise Dunham.
Elise Dunham.
Yeah.
And Morgan Faye is Pearl's mother, but she's also Iris and Dahlia's mother.
Right. So they are.
And they're sisters, Morgan and Misty.
What'd you say? Yeah, Morgan and Misty and Dahlia. And Dahlia, Iris, and Pearl are all sisters.
Yeah.
One moment, you guys.
And Dahlia's dead. Dahlia's dead.
So Morgan Faye is Iris and Dahlia's mother. And Iris and Dahlia is Pearl's sister. Yes. You got it.
Look at that. They really did make a fire right in the front of the shack. I can't even read that.
Oh, Mr. Nick. This thing, I can't even move the mouse, Lord.
Yeah, You're too late, Nick. If you came here for one of our potatoes, we've already polished them all off. I think I've pretty much got all the evidence I need. Now I just need to find out what Pearls is hiding. Oh, turn back on her music.
You got to, you so silly. You got to present her with those sight blocks, huh? All right, let me see. Take that.
Take that. Ooh.
The night of the crime. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm doing two things at one time.
After dinner on the night of the murder, you were supposed to be in Elise Dunham's room, reading a book together, correct?
Yes, I was so happy when she invited me, but I didn't go in the end.
You didn't go?
No, there was somewhere else I had to go instead. I was so weary, I had to go. I didn't know what to do with myself. I was so nervous.
The Pearls never went to Miss Dunham's room? Because she was too worried about something or someone else. Pearls. On the night of the murder, you went to this place, didn't you? Forget this. Just tell her. If you don't tell me right now, I'm gonna spank you.
Yeah, Pearls is Maya's cousin. Elise Dunham is Maya's mama. That's Maya's mama.
Fate.
Morgan is Pearl's mama. Morgan and Elise or Misty are sisters. So they are first cousins.
What?
Not Pearls and Maya are first cousins.
Okay.
Where was
Where we find her when we came over?
She was in the inner temple.
Dad. You went here, didn't you, Pearls? Looks like she's still not going to open up to me. This is where you went because you were so worried, right? Then the next question is, who or what were you so worried about?
You remember when Morgan went to jail? Pearl's mama went to jail.
Now, I'm going to take a guess, and you can tell me if I'm right or wrong, okay?
You mean you know?
If I'm right, will you tell me the whole truth?
Okay.
You went to this place for one very simple reason, and that is this!
Oh my goodness gracious
Oh my
alive.
goodness. This is the last one of the game. This is the last one. So they gotta make it hard.
This ladder. Is it this ladder?
Nope.
You went to this place for one very simple reason, and that is this.
Who was there?
For Morgan? Not Morgan, Lord Jesus.
Yeah, look.
Elise?
I have come, my daughter. Wait there.
She went there with that sword. I'm just saying, let me show you. Do I show a profile?
Yeah.
In this, it's gonna be
No.
It's not Elise.
No.
Hold on.
It's Maya.
That's right, Maya.
It's obvious what you were so worried about, Pearls. It was Maya, wasn't it? You knew the training Maya was undertaking was dangerous. After all, it was the special course.
signed up for your special course. Well, my quite brave of you considering how cold it is. Young people can be so reckless with their help. Don't blame me if you become one with those you channel. Whoa!
Sister Bikini scared you with what she said, didn't she? And because it was you who introduced Hazakura Temple to Maya in the first place, you felt responsible, didn't you?
Thinking about what could happen to Mystic Maya made me more and more worried. I couldn't sit still at all. That's why I decided to go and find out how she was doing at the inner temple.
And we're clear now that you went to the inner temple that night, Pearls. What's not clear is what happened after that. About what time was it when you headed over to the inner temple?
It was probably around 9:30 when I left the main hall. I heard the rail training was supposed to start at 10. I wanted to get there before it started, but there was so much snow, so I didn't get there until after 10 o'clock.
Until after 10? How did you know what time it was?
Because I heard the bell ringing for the lights out.
She heard the lights out bell? The Hazakura Temple bell is pretty small though, isn't it? You must have really good hearing.
I was really trying to pick up the sound of that bell, that's all. I didn't want to miss it. That would be terrible.
You was trying to hear the bell? Tell me, Pearls. Why were you so worried about hearing that bell?
Huh? Oh,
I think I know why. The reason you were so worried about the bell was because of this.
Cause training was starting, was it?
Nope.
What?
What did we read earlier?
Oh, that note?
Death Note! Death Note!
As soon as you hear the lights out bell, you must channel her spirit. So they sent this to Pearls?
You were given some instructions to follow for that night, weren't you? I presume you recognize these pieces of paper?
Why did you?
And the incinerator at the inner temple. Pearls. You were following the instructions in this letter that night, weren't you? That's why you couldn't afford to miss the sound of the lights out bell.
I'm speechless, Mr. Nick. You're amazing. Look, Pearls are killer too. Look.
You killed her. They are killers. These instructions that were found in the incinerator. I believe they were written for you, Pearls.
For me? I know.
As you can see, a large portion has been burnt. But the last section is still fairly legible. As soon as you hear the lights out bell, you must channel her spirit. Who was it, Pearls? Whose spirit were you supposed to be channeling? Taking into account the author of the notes and their purpose for writing it. Whose spirit would Pearls have been trying to channel? Don't overthink it, Phoenix. It's pretty obvious who Pearls was trying to channel. The person you were trying to channel that night, Pearls, was... me! Give me...
Dahlia Hawthorne.
Dahlia! It was Dahlia Hawthorne, wasn't it? That was the name that was in the first letter. I mean, oh my god, why did I say first? It was Dahlia Hawthorne, wasn't it? That was the name that was in the letter.
Those things in Skyward look like that green amulet. That's talk about them Tears of the Kingdom looking things.
It's just as I suspected. It wasn't Iris whose sister Bikini met at the inner temple that night. It was Dahlia Hawthorne. Do you know anything about her, Pearls? Do you know what kind of a woman Dahlia Hawthorne was?
Her killer sister. No. I've never
God.
heard of anyone by that name before reading those instructions.
I thought so. Pearls doesn't even have a clue. She doesn't know that Dahlia Hawthorne is her sister. About the instructions in a letter I found, Pearls. Who wrote them? Whoever it was that asked you to channel the spirit of someone you'd never heard of. You must have quite a lot of respect for them. After all, you followed their instructions without question. So here's my next question. Who wrote this set of instructions for you to follow?
Morgan?
How old? Did we figure out how old she was in the first game? We never know.
They don't say how Maya's mama either.
Oh man.
They don't show her age. Was it Morgan?
Yes. Pearls. I have to wonder about something. You didn't have any idea what these instructions meant, did you? But you followed them to the letter. Why'd you say for dumb? Why'd you say for dumb? Why'd you say for dumb?
I thought that's what she said. Anyway.
Okay, let's show. But you followed them to the letter regardless. Why? Because it was your own mother who asked you. That's why.
How did you?
I figured it out. The person who wrote you this letter was your own mother, Morgan Fay. Alright, Pearls. It's time you start telling me the truth.
They said don't yell at Pearls, Phoenix.
Why is she holding back from me? I don't like this.
Don't underestimate me. Just because I'm a child.
Huh?
If you try to say I followed these instructions, I'd like to see some proof.
What?
Look at Pearls. Because I don't think you have any.
She'd say anything rather than admit to carrying out those instructions. I guess I'll have to produce some more evidence then. One more thing should do it. Alright, Pearls. We both know someone carried out these instructions on the night of the murder. But you're right. There's no evidence that proves it was you.
I knew it.
However, I do know that whoever did it was a child.
Huh? How do you know that?
It couldn't have been an adult. No adult would have made a simple mistake like that.
A simple mistake? What do you mean by that?
I'm sure you thought you were carefully following the instructions you'd been given. But you misunderstood some of the words, and this is the evidence that proves it.
Oh Lord, what did she misunderstand?
Right, go back to the letter.
We go back to the letter. Be careful. Blah blah blah. Once night falls. Blah 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 should be there. I guess Maya should be there or whoever. As soon as you hear the lights out bell, you must channel her spirit. Leave everything up to her. Her name is. She is our. Here is a picture of her. Use it when you channel her. Well, she must have thought it was Iris that she was channeling. No. Gravely roast the master in the.
Oh wait, yeah, I remember now.
What? Also, make sure tell anyone about this ladder or what?
I love that gravy, Mr. Yin.
Gravely roast the master in the fires of Hades and bring our vengeance to fruition.
Gravely roast the master. Gravely roast the master.
What they mean by that?
Gravely roast. Gravely roast. Gravy, gravely, gravy.
Ah, okay. I know. Put gravy on there.
It was you who splattered gravy on this hanging scroll, wasn't it?
Why would I do something like it?
Do you remember what's written in that letter? Gravely roast the master in the fires of Hades and bring our vengeance to fruition. But you didn't know how to read the words gravely and roast among others, right?
How do you know that?
Remember the conversation you had with Miss Dunham on the night of the murder?
Perhaps we can read some books together. Really? I'd love to. I'm not very good at reading. Ha ha ha. Well then, would you like to practice reading with me? Missy Lee, so for example, how do you read this? It says gravely. That's kind of a tough word.
Sure, Miss Dunham taught you how to read gravely and roast. But what she didn't teach you is what they meant. Gravely sounded like gravy to me. Oh wait, this is you.
Gravy sounded like gravy to me, and the only roast I could think of was the food.
And that's why you did it. That's why you covered the picture of the master in gravy from the night's pot roast.
To be honest, I did think it was a bit strange. I guess I really did get the wrong idea.
Just a tiny bit.
I really am useless. I couldn't even burn the letter properly as my mother had asked of me. Such a simple thing, and I couldn't even do it right. Criminals. All of them. All of them criminals.
All of them criminals.
All the way to the little baby.
Little baby criminal.
The night of the crime. After dinner that night, I did go to the inner temple with a pot full of the leftover gravy.
The gravy?
I saw the picture on the hanging scroll near the sacred cavern. I was sure it was the master of Kirin, like it said in the letter.
I see. And then?
Well, it was already way past 10 when I got there because all of the snow. So I went to the inner temple guest area.
The guest area?
Yes, I thought I could wait there until the training was over.
Why didn't you just go to the training hall?
Because Mystic Maya's main training had already started and I couldn't interrupt it. So I just stayed where I was and prayed for her to get through it. But then
Pearls, did you fall asleep?
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. I just couldn't help it.
Hey, don't worry about it, Pearl. Who cares if you fell asleep? I fall asleep waiting for Iris, too. It happens. I fell asleep. Anyway, then you found yourself trapped at the inner temple?
Yes, when I woke up, it was morning. I tried not to cry, but Dusty Bridge wasn't there anymore, and there was no one in the training hall. I thought everyone had left me because I overslept. I threw the letter into the incinerator, then I heated up the leftover gravy and
let off some steam by chucking the gravy on the scroll while you cried? It must have been pretty scary for you, Pearl.
So, Yeety, what's going on?
I know what it's like. Nick used to leave me behind when I fell asleep at school, too. Don't equate something so trivial with her experience, Larry. It's over.
Lost powers.
It's over.
I didn't know it's gonna go on this long.
I think we at the end. We at the end.
One moment.
One moment, yo. One moment. Stare at the child. Stare at the child.
Alright.
I just
What we
reckon. I
doing?
just remembered they blinked. They blinked.
It was written right in my mother's letter. It said as soon as you hear the lights out bell, you must channel her spirit. I was on my way over to the inner temple when I heard the bell ring.
So you channeled Dahlia Hawthorne's spirit?
No. I tried, but I couldn't do it.
You couldn't do it?
I've never failed at channeling someone. This is the first time it happened. I tried and I tried and I tried. Yesterday, this morning, the whole time. But I just couldn't do it.
Don't let it get you down, Pearl. It all works out. Oh my god. I'm so garbage. Don't let it get you down, Pearl. It'll all work out. If you want, I'll come flying through the sky for you. Whoosh! Just like that. So she never managed to channel the spirit. Is that why you think your spiritual powers are gone? Yes, you did. I have heard it. Isn't there any other? Oh my god! Isn't there any other explanation for why you couldn't channel a spirit?
I don't know what to. Go ahead. I suppose that's one other possibility. It's not very likely, though.
Could you please tell me what it is, anyway? You want me to tap it? I do both. I do both.
It could happen if someone else has already come in the same spirit.
Someone else? What do you mean?
Well, there's only one of each spirit, right?
Yup. It's like dating a girl, Nick. You can see a hot chick if she's already taken. You can't see. Oh my god. Then that. Then that would mean I'm not. I'm sorry. Then that would mean I'm the knife to murder. Someone else channeled her spirit before Pearls could.
I'm trying to get through this, Yeety. Look. I was trying to see if I could do something tonight, but I don't know. I don't think I'll be able to come on tonight.
Went downhill so fast. Someone else channeled the spirit of Dahlia Hawthorne.
I'm a failure. I couldn't even grant my mother's final wish.
Her final wish?
Yes, this letter. This is my last wish, she said. So make sure you follow the instructions carefully.
This letter. I definitely need to find out more about it.
Morgan's letter. I didn't push the wrong button, Lord. My mother has gone to a place called a penitentiary.
My mother has gone to a place called a penitentiary. Yeah, I know, Pearls.
I visit her every month. And last month she told me the time we've been waiting for has come, Pearl. Oh my goodness gracious to life. Hold on, y'all.
She's struggling.
This thing.
I've never moved. I've always been in the background, watching this lawyer come in and out and talk to these characters.
There's something I need you to do for me. I hid a letter for you at our home before they brought me here. I want you to read it and do exactly what it says. It's for the good of the Fae clan, my angel. Now listen carefully and I'll tell you where the letter is hidden. My mother is always nice to me. I love her very much.
Yeah, moms will do anything for their kids, right?
She says it was for good. She said it was for the good of the Fae clan, so I knew I had to help her. I mean, Mystic Maya's part of the Fae clan, so it had to be good for her too. That's right, isn't it, Mr. Nick?
I guess so, yeah.
There was a picture with her letter too.
A picture?
Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. Usually a picture is enough to channel someone's spirit, but this time...
Pretty weird, huh? Like Larry knows anything about this stuff.
There's something else that was strange about my mother's letter. The seal on it was broken, as if someone had already opened it once before.
That sure is pretty strange. Someone had opened it already?
Burnt letter updated in the court record. Oops.
Thanks, Pearls. You really helped me out.
What did that say? What?
They just updated it. It says opened once before.
Ah, opened once before. Oh, okay. You're very welcome. My mother is watching over us, so I'm sure Mystic Maya will be alright.
Look at that innocent smile on her face. What am I supposed to say to her? Finally figured it out. Have you tried? You finally realized how terrible of a crime being painfully oblivious is. Godot! The entrance to the sacred cavern looks like a puzzle workshop. I guess he's talking about Iris and the lock-breaking effort. I'm reading these lines horribly. I guess he's talking about Iris and the lock-breaking effort. But it's all a waste of time. Why do you say that? Because Maya Faye isn't coming back. What? You don't know what you're talking about! How can you say something like that? It was your job to protect her, Trite. Just like it was your job to protect Mia Faye. Two sisters, caught up in the worst circumstances. I realized that, but... you were the only one who was by their sides. You were the only one who could have saved them. But I didn't know anything about what was going on! What did I just say, Trite? Being oblivious is a heinous crime in itself. tomorrow. We'll settle everything in court tomorrow, once and for all.
Mr. Nick, is what that man said true?
It'll be alright, Pearls. I'm sure Maya's alive. You'll see for yourself tomorrow.
Yeah, that's right. I know I can trust you, Mr. Nick. My dear Pearl, you've done so well, my child, my Pearl. It's better that you don't know what you've done. I knew this day would come for you. The blood of the main family is no more. Now, finally, after all this time, the master seat is yours. My last great wish. It seems I was just in time. Uh-oh. Ooh, what y'all think about that? What y'all think about that? Where Maya at?
Where Maya?
They done kicked off Maya.
They done kicked out Maya. That was the last investigation of the game, y'all. There's only 3 trials left, and that'll be
It's gonna be 3 trials.
Yep, 1, 2, 3.
Oh my goodness.
Mm.
That was interesting, y'all. What y'all think about that?
Everybody is everybody's sister, and everybody is everybody's cousin.
We'll give y'all time to think about it and rewatch it, cause I got to rewatch it myself. But yeah, I appreciate you all for watching with us today, and I guess I'll talk to you all later. I'm not sure about tonight as I thought I was, but I'll see. I'll play it by ear. But all right, Game Queen 81, we had Yeety in the chat, and everyone else who's watching. If you're watching and you're liking what you see, you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, I appreciate you. Go ahead and subscribe, and also hit that like button for me. I'd appreciate it. And I will talk to you all on the next one. You all take care.